Welcome back. For more on our top stories and others, please visit our website, channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. You can also watch us on the go on your mobile device. Log on to m.channelstv.com or download the Channels TV app for Android, iOS, and Windows phones from their respective stores. Having the Channels TV and Channels 24 app gives you access to news and updates. You have the eyewitness feature, so you too can be part of the news. Just install the app, then tap and swipe to reveal the eyewitness menu and follow the instructions. And in the southwestern region of the country, the members of the Cocoa Exporters Association of Nigeria are appealing to the Central Bank of Nigeria and the Nigeria Export-Import Bank to disburse the export stimulation facility as approved by the federal government to the commercial banks for onward lending to their members. The National Secretary of the group, Mr. Kayode Babade in Akure, faulted reports in some sections of the media that the CBN and Nexim had commenced the implementation of the 500 billion naira export fund since June 2016, noting that his members are yet to have access to the funds.
We are at present trading at a commercial interest rate of between 24 to 27% per annum, which is retarding the growth of the export business in Nigeria. We hereby appeal to the relevant authorities in NGN and the Central Bank of Nigeria to ensure a speedy disbursement of the export stimulation facility as approved by the federal government to the commercial banks for onward lending to the exporters. Gentlemen and ladies, it is important to mention that borrowing at 27% per annum for export trade is retarding the growth of export business in Nigeria.
Now, the Tincan Island Command of the Nigeria Customs Service says it's generated over 250 billion naira in the year ended January to December 2016 against 266 billion it generated the previous year. This difference of about 10 billion naira the command attributes to some factors beyond its control, as witnessed in the economic situation of the country. The area controller of the command, Mr. Bashar Yusuf, lists some of the incidents that contributed to the amount raised at the ports, to include the interception of large quantity of arms and ammunition based on 15th February, 7th of March, and 4th of April 2016, infrastructural facelift of the office complex, which was hitherto in a deplorable condition, the seizure of 31 containers of 50 kilograms of parboiled rice falsely declared as yeast in August 2016, the seizure of containers of vegetable oil in 25 kilogram kegs in November 2016, the interception of 1,395 of ready-to-eat food preparations imported from India, interception of 8 bags of cocaine with a street value of 2 billion naira, as well as the establishment of ICT center with 30 workstation fully networked for training and retraining and capacity building of officers and other stakeholders to make these efforts yield dividends. Mr. Yusuf insists the command will not be deterred from performing its statutory responsibility of collecting revenue from all dutiable imports, accounting for the same as well as facilitating legitimate trade. As the people of Kwara State await the passage of the 2017 budget currently before the State House of Assembly, the executive may have its work cut out for it when the bill is eventually passed into law. That's because the people's expectations are high already that the budget should not just end at the usual presentation and passage, but be properly implemented to make life meaningful for all citizens.
A lot is weighing on the 130 billion naira budget proposed by Kwara State Governor Abdul Fattah Ahmed. Players in the different sectors of the Kwara State economy are expectant of a fruitful year.
to expand and improve the internally generated revenue base and reduce dependence on federation allocation, to block leakages through sustenance of the Treasury Single Account (TSA) system, and moderation of recurrent expenditure that will result in significant savings for infrastructure development. Provision of infrastructure that will deepen the social economic development of the state and enhance the welfare of the citizenry.
In the area of agriculture, the All Farmers Association commended the 1 billion naira earmarked loans and other agricultural. The farmers believe it will solve many of their challenges and encourage youths to embrace agriculture.
Farmers will receive seed from the off-taker, chemicals, fertilizers, whereas the only money that goes to the farmer is the labor cost.
And in the formal sector, there's a plan in the budget to accommodate training of civil servants and create a better working environment.
The success of the budget will lay more on revenue generation, because if we look at what the budget protects as at the last year, 2016, most of those things were not really fully fulfilled.
While some people are making demands, their representatives in the State House of Assembly have given an assurance that the legislature will push for a proper implementation of the budget.
The little that is still on, when we witness it's going off track, we whip them back.
Those promises can only be fulfilled when they pass the budget. The people remain hopeful that when the monies hit the system, there will be positive changes to their living standards.
WAEC and NECO examination.
In the northwestern region of the country, the lack of tolerance amongst various ethnic groups is largely responsible for the recent spate of attacks in many parts of southern Kaduna. That's the view of the Chief of Defense Staff when he visited some communities which were attacked by suspected herdsmen in Jema and Kaura local government areas of Kaduna State.
Homes, schools, places of worship are among the worst hit in a once peaceful community. The Chief of Defense Staff, General Abayomi Olonishaki, visits Jema local government area of Kaduna State in company of top military officers. Worried by the extent of damage he has seen, the defense chief, in an interactive session with residents, implored them to imbibe the culture of tolerance.
Please embrace peace. Talk to yourself. Tolerate one another.
Thereafter, he takes his message of tolerance to the palaces of some traditional rulers in the community.
I want to crave your indulgence, Your Reverence. So please talk to the people. Continue to talk to them. That they have to tolerate one another.
We are happy now that there is promise that the army will now be going into the forest.
Meanwhile, many residents who fled their homes in the aftermath of the attacks have started returning home following the presence of security operatives in the community.
People are outside, but since we have seen soldiers surrounding us, today we are happy.
But for some residents, there are still some concerns they want the military to address.
The only way, sir, if this thing must stop, truly is to be able to arrest the usage of these guns by these Fulanis in terms of grazing.
As normalcy gradually returns to these communities in Jema local government area of Kaduna State, it is hoped that the presence of the military will not only forestall any renewed attacks, but will encourage more residents to return to a place they once called home.
Coming up on news across Nigeria, the governor of Adamawa State calls for support for legionnaires. Stay with us.